This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, and let us start our today's session. See, in this session, we are going to talk about loops. So, most probably, we will finish all the remaining topics today. So, we'll start first with loops. See, when I talk about loop, the name loop is given because of repetition. Whenever you want to repeat a task number of times, then we will go with the concept of loops. Now there are two types of loop. One is infinite loop. Infinite loop will repeat and repeat, and if you don't put a stoppage to it, it can repeat forever, infinity, right? Or it may stop with a condition that if this condition matches, then only you stop. For example, you don't know when the memory will be reaching to 80%. So you want to run a script to monitor memory, and as soon as the memory reaches to 80%, maybe then you want to stop. So you don't exactly know when the memory would reach to 80% and when you have to stop it. So in this scenario, this infinite loops become really important. So what are those infinite loop? What we can work here? See, the first and the very famous what we are going to see is while loop. And if you reverse while loop, you'll get one more loop which is called as until loop. So let me explain you how this while loop will work. Again, we need to deal with condition. See, the syntax goes like this, as you can see on my screen. You can say while some condition. If this condition is true, then perform this command. Command 1, command 2, command 3. Then stop it. Do should be followed by done to stop your syntax. But it is going to repeat number of time. Every time it will check condition is true, repeat it. Until unless the condition is true, it is not going to stop. It will repeat, 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 and repeat. The moment condition becomes false, it is going to stop there. So while loop will execute only if the condition given is true, and it stops when the condition becomes false. Now let me create a script and show you how this while loop will work. And I'll show you how outside of the scripting on command line, while loop should be utilized. So let us create a new script with our command. I'll say script to use while loop. Suppose I would like to take input from the user. I'll say read minus p. Please give number of iterations. As you know, iterations are nothing but repetitions. And I want to store it in a variable I. Now I will put a while loop. I'll say while check if the given value of I is greater than 0 number, then continue. So I am expecting people to type some value which is greater than 0. So if the value is less than 0, it will not execute. If the value is greater than 0, it will execute, and it will execute until the value becomes 0. So I'll say if it is done, then what to do? I'll say print this message, maybe echo iteration number $I. I just want to print what number of iteration I am repeating, right? Then I'll say done. I'll explain you the workflow also, how it will go. Let me save and quit. See, we have script number 26.sh. Let me run the script. It is asking me to give number of iteration. I am giving 5. See guys, 5 is greater than 0 and the value of I is never reducing. Always it is 5, always it is greater than 0, so it went into infinity. And in a second, number of time it is repeating this. Such script, if you run in your work environment, believe me, it will burst the CPU. This is not good because repetition is having so fast that every second number of process IDs are generating. And like that, it may consume all the resources of your memory and CPU. So whenever we are using while loop, you will observe that after every repetition, we'll give some pause. How? See, I'll say run this command and then sleep for 1 second, stop for 1 second, then start a new process. This will slow down the repetition. Now you see, I'll again say dot slash script 26 dot sh, number of iteration 5. See, always the value of I is 5. Always 5 is greater than 0. So always it is going to get executed. Now how it is working, you can also check it by debug mode. Bash -x script 26.sh. Number of iteration I am giving 5. See, every time it is checking 5 is greater than 0, 5 is greater than 0, 5 is greater than 0. So it is repeating. Suppose after certain point of time you want to reduce it. Maybe after every iteration you want to reduce the value of I. So what I'll do, I'll go to the script. After every repetition, I'll say the value of I must be reduced by -1. That means first time I have given 5. So next time it will be 5 minus 1, 4. Next time 4 minus 1. Next time 3 minus 1, like that. Let me save and quit. Now if I run my script, I have given 5. First time it is 5. You see next 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. As the value has become equals to 0, the statement becomes false and your while loop stopped. Now you can run it in the debug mode to understand it. I have given 5. First time 5 is greater than 4, then 4 is greater than 3 is greater than 2 is greater than 1. Now 0 is not greater than 0, so automatically your script start. So mostly whenever you are running a task where you don't know when you are going to match that condition or when that scenario may occur, right? So in that scenario, going with while loop is very useful. And if you reverse while loop, you will get until loop. Now why I'm telling reverse of while loop? See guys, while loop will get executed when the condition is true. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry, 1 minute. Okay, while loop will get executed when the condition is true, whereas until will execute if the condition is false. And it stops the moment condition becomes true. While will execute when the condition is true and stop when the condition is false. But until will run if the condition is false, but it stops when the condition becomes true. So maybe reverse way you want to check. I want to execute a script until unless my memory is uh, greater than 80% or less than 80%, like that. A false value you can give until unless the condition is false, until will get execute. Let me show you with this script again. I'll say script 26.sh. Let me copy it into 27.sh. Let us go to script 27.sh. Now here I'll say script to use until loop. Everything remains same. The only thing over here is instead of while loop, I need to give until. and you need to give a condition which is false. So I want to say until unless $I is less than or equals to 0. Suppose I have given value 5. 5 is not less than or equals to 0. Condition will be false, it will repeat. And it will repeat until unless the condition is false. The moment this condition becomes true, it is going to automatically stop. So let me save and quit. Let us run the script 27.sh. I'll give 5. Same result you are getting. To understand it in a better way, we can run the same script in debug mode. Bash-x. I have given 5. See, 5 is not less than equals to, 4 is not less than, 3 is not less than, 2 is not less than, 1 is not less than equals to, 0 is less than equals to 0. Conditions became false and it stopped. So this is the way how you can use while loop to perform a task until unless you match that condition and stop it then. Outside of scripts also we can make use of while loop many times or until loop. For example, see we have a command called mount, and in mount it's a big output. If you want to continuously monitor it, then you say we'll use a command watch mount. But you see output is so big that few last lines it is suppressing. Maybe I am not interested to see the whole output continuously. Watch will monitor other command. Every 2 seconds it will run the command and show the output. But it is so lengthy that I want to suppress the output. Maybe I want to say show me only last 5 lines continuously. Now you see here, watch becomes helpless. Watch is not understanding that I am telling mount and tail. It is not able to show me last 5 lines. So how can I monitor last 5 lines of mount command if watch is not working? Here comes the help of while loop. See, you can say while and you need to type a condition which is true. Suppose you don't want to think and type a true condition. Simply you want to say while it is true. Go for it. So I'll say while always true. Don't ask me the condition. Condition is true. Then see semicolon, that means in a new line. I want to do something. What? I want to run a command mount tail hyphen 5. Then semicolon, next line. I want it to sleep for every 1 second. That's a good idea. Then I'll say done. So I'm telling while loop, repeat this command mount tail minus 5 every 1 second. And maybe I would like to clear the screen after every repetition. Then I'll say done. So you see when I hit enter, it is showing me the output. Only last 5 lines. Or maybe I can say grab something. I can monitor only that particular thing. It is repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating every second. To stop it, I'll say Control C. See here I used while command. Same place I can use until. But you know guys, until runs when the condition is false. So I'll say until the condition is false. Do this activity. Same result. So either you can do it with while loop or you can do it with until, right? So this is where you can use while loop. Now the second type of loop, what we are going to talk here is finite loop. See, finite loop is something where you know how many times you have to repeat a task. Suppose 4 users you want to create, 4 times I have to repeat a command. Suppose 3 machines backup I want to take, so 3 times I have to repeat the task. So where you know how many times you have to repeat a task in that scenario, we'll go with finite loop. And here we use two loops again. One is for loop, and if you reverse for loop, you'll get another loop called select loop. So first we will understand what is that for loop. See, syntax of for loop is very easy to understand, and the work of for loop is also very important. Compared to while loop, you may see that for loop will be used a lot in most of the cases. See, syntax goes like this: for variable name in list. That means how many times you want to repeat it. If there are three servers, three server IP. If there are four users to create, four user. Then I'll say do something, whatever command, then done. So it will repeat that many times, how many times you have mentioned in the list. So four times the same command will run and automatically it will stop. First, I'll show you outside of script how to use for loop. Then within the script also I'll show you. Suppose, let me go to etc password. Let's say I want to add four users here. So I don't want to repeat user add command four times. I want to run a loop and let it complete four times. So I'll say for any variable name by, for example, u in. Now type the names of the users that you want to create. For example, I want to create some user called US1, US2, US3, and US4. Then I'll say do something. What to do? Obviously, I want to run user add command. So I'll say run user add command. Now, what is the username? I'll say take the name from the variable u. So in variable name u, first time it will give u1, then second time it will give u2, third time it will give u3, fourth time it will give u4, and then your for loop will stop. Do should be followed by done if you have finished. Now go to tail etc password. You see US1, US2, US3, US4 added. Same way, you can delete the users also. Type the user names and instead of user add, you can say user del. It will delete the users. Or for loop can take input from other commands also. For example, I want to delete all these users from Krishna to U4. How to delete all these users? I want to take that name from etc password, but etc password is showing many things. I just want to see first field. You remember guys, you can use cut or you can use awk to see only first field. I'll say use a field separator colon and then print what? First field. Am I getting the output? Yes. Let me just copy these names into one file. I'll tell you what I'm doing later. But as of now, you see I got the names from etc password. So what I want is all these names to be deleted. I mean users to be deleted. So how can I put this command in for loop? Let me show you. See guys, I will say for some variable name, maybe I. In this variable, I will say run this command and get the information. How to run a command in a variable we have learned many times, backquotes or dollar bracket. Which command? Tail etc password and get the names from this command. When you get the names, I'll say do something for me. What to do? User del hyphen r dollar I. Delete the users. Let me say done. Now if you go to tail etc password, you will not find that users. All that users, whatever I created is gone because I have deleted through for loop. So for loop has executed this command and did the task for you. Now suppose I have a file In that file, I have kept some usernames which I want to create. For example, I created a file users.txt. All these name users I want to create. So what I can do, see, you can say for I or any variable name in. Now how to get the input from the file? I'll say run cat command and read this file users.txt. In that file, whatever names I have mentioned, do something for me. What to do? Add users. What is the username? Take the names from my variable I. Done. Now you just check it out, etc password. All your users are created back. Right? You can ping multiple servers and see. Keep the IPs in a file and say take the IP addresses from that file, ping multiple machine and come to a result. Which machine is pinging, which machine is not pinging. Many tasks you can do by using this for loop. Now let's use it within a script. I'll be needing another script here. Let me see which script I can use. Oh, not this. Okay, not this also. How about 20? Yeah, maybe I can use this script. Or I think very recently we created one more script to work with. Sorry guys, I'm not sure which script we used over there. Okay, let us take this script 20, no problem. So let me copy that script 20.sh into script 27.sh. Okay. Oh, 27 is already there, so let's not do that. Let's go with 28. So let me go with 28.sh. See, I want to keep everything almost the same, but I want to do that calculation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division using for loop, right? So what I'll do, whole script I'll keep it same. Only thing is I'm going to remove this read option. In place of that, I'll work with for loop. I'm taking input from the user, then I'll say for op in. I'm using a variable name called op. Now in that, I would like to go with options like add, subtract, multiply, divide. I don't need exit here. Okay, so I'm telling for loop to perform four things: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Then I am providing case statement, the input. First time for loop will give case statement addition, so it will perform addition. Then again repetition, subtraction, it will perform subtraction. Then again repetition, multiplication, it will perform multiplication. Lastly, it will give division, so division will be performed. See, I don't need last two steps, so let me delete those lines. Okay, so let me say ASAC. And I don't need to repeat the function within a function again. And yes, this thing we can put under one condition. Why to test it separate? Yesterday we have learned compound expression. So I'll say if zero input is given for $A or zero input is given for $B, I want to run that command and exit. That would be perfect. So let me save and quit. Let me run the script 28.sh. Hmm, where is the mistake I'm doing here? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Guys, for should be followed with do and done. So sorry. I totally miss the syntax. For or while should start with do and end with done. That was the mistake. Let me repeat the task. First value empty, second value empty out. First value something, second value empty out. First value empty, second value something out. So my if condition is working fine. I'll give 120. See, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. See, one more thing we can do in this script. Suppose for testing purpose, I want to do addition, subtraction, and then I want to stop. I don't want to go with multiplication and division. You remember in function also we have seen a concept called return. First, I will show you with exit. But guys, if I use exit, you know, entire script will get exited. So which I don't want. So here you can use an option called break. See guys, break is the option that we will use to break the loop but continue with the script. For example, at the end, I will give one message, echo script completed. So you see when I repeat the task, mm, acha, within case I cannot use the concept called break. Mm, 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 mm. So why this break is not working here? Maybe something I'm missing out here. I can use addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, but maybe as I'm using case, it is not breaking the loop. Okay, I'm sorry about this, guys. Let me just check out and I'll help you out that how that break concept may be used here. Maybe I'm getting a little confused with that. Okay, don't worry, I'll just let you know how can we use that break option. Anyway, let's move on and let us see how select loop will work. See, when I go for this script, did I not remove it? See, when I go for this script 28.sh, you see it is performing all the task. 120, add, subtract, multiply, divide. How about like case statement? I want to give a choice to user. Tell me what you want to do. And only that portion I want to execute. But I don't want to create a full case, these, that, all things. So here what you can do, let me copy that script 28.sh into a new file 29.sh. Let me go with script 29.sh. See here I'll say in select loop. Here same syntax. but instead of for loop, I'll go with select loop. I'm telling select an option between them and perform the task. So let me save and quit. Let us run the script. See guys how the scenario changes. First value 100, second value 20. It is giving you list. Which option would you like to use? Giving you numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Type the number you want to repeat. Suppose I'll say 1, performing add, 2, subtract, 3, multiply, 4, divide, but there is no option for exit. Let us add an option for exit also. So let me go for one more option here, exit. Let us come to the bottom and let us say exit. I'll say echo exiting, right? And I'll go with a command exit. That's it. So let me save and quit. Now if I go with something like this, add, subtract, right? Multiply, and fifth is exit. Guys, I don't like this prompt of hash and question mark. Maybe I want to give some message instead of that hash and question mark. So I'll go for this option. Whenever you want to give your customized message, you can use this option PS3. PS3 stands for prompt status number 3. Different statuses are there. For select loop, we will go with PS3, followed by whatever message. For example, please select an option, right? Fine. Now let me save and quit. 120. See, instead of printing hash and question mark, it is now giving you a message. Let's say add, subtract, multiply, exit. So this is how you can use this select loop in order to make sure that you are giving choice to user, simple choice based on numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Whichever option selected, only that portion should get executed. Now, moving ahead, guys, we talked about previously special variables with which you can take 9 inputs. But maybe that 9 inputs are not enough for me. Maybe I need many more input. In fact, I want to work like commands. Like in commands, we'll take input in the form of option -a something, -s something, -l something, -d something. So I want to create my script to take input with some options. See, that concept is called as get OPTS, which stands for get options from the user. To create a script to get information or input with option. Now I told you earlier also that it depends on while loop. So you should know how to work with while loop, then only we can work with get OPTS. I told you earlier. So here what I'll do, I'll go for while loop now and let me run the command. See, I'll show you an option how to work with this get OPTS. Let me take you there. Okay, not here. Option parsing and get OPTS. Okay, let me show you one script to deal with this concept. Let me create a new script over here, script 30.sh. I'll say script to use getOps. See guys, when you use get OPTS always work inside while loop. And the syntax goes like this. While get OPTS. Now you need to create options. What options you want to use? Flags. Hyphen A, hyphen B, hyphen L, hyphen C. What character or what alphabet you like, you can take. For example, I need three input. I want flag to be used as A. So put A colon, first flag, B colon, second flag, O colon, third flag. So I am expecting three inputs from the user. A colon, B colon, O colon. I am expecting three input from the user to give hyphen A, hyphen B, hyphen O. Acha, whatever inputs you are getting, I want to store it under a variable called OPT, whatever name you like. So I'm telling while get input from the user for ABO and store it in a variable OPT. Then you have to say do something for me. What to do? See here, I'll tell you something. What we are doing is we are taking all the input at a time. Like suppose we are a recycling company. So we are taking all the products from the users at a time, from the sellers, plastic, glass, or steel, or iron, everything, all waste materials I am taking at a time. But after taking all the dump, the next stage is to segregate it, right? Glass one side, plastic one side, iron one side, steel one side, like that. So how can I segregate it? Guys, to segregate it, we use case statement. I need to say case, look in that variable and separate each value. How can I separate? I'll say separate in case of A, separate the value. A equals to, there is a variable what we have to use here called OPTARG. Guys, this is a segregator. In getOPTS, there is a variable or command or option, whatever you say. The role of OPTArg is to separate the value from total values received. So here I am telling get the value of A from OPTarg. So it will go to getOPTS, find what is the value A and it will set it here. Same thing I'm going to do it now. I'll say B, I'll say O. So B value again get it from OPTarg, O value get it from OPTarg. Now people may type some other values or invalid option. So what would you like to do in that scenario? Sorry. Other than these three values, if user has typed anything else, so you can say backslash question mark. That means apart from these value, if anything else is typed, you can use star also. This is another way what I'm showing you. So I'll say echo invalid argument, some message I would like to display. And then I would like to exit. I don't want to continue it. I want to exit. Or if it is confusing you, you can simply put exit in next line. No problem. Then close the case statement aside. Now in bottom, you can utilize this option. Maybe you are doing that addition, subtraction, multiplication, whatever it might be. All you want to do based on that option. I'll add that also. But first, let me show you how I'm getting the input and let us print that option. I'll say echo hyphen E. I'll say A value, you get it from a variable $A. Then in next, I'll say B value, you show from $B. Then in next line, O value, you show it from $O. Now let me save and quit. Oh, we haven't closed it by done. I'm sorry. So let me close it by done. Do must be closed with done. So let us save and quit. Now if I run the script 30.sh. See, I have not given A value, B value, O value. It is repeating empty. So you need to say here hyphen A some value, hyphen B some value, hyphen O something, whatever you want to do. So you see, it is telling A value you have given is 10, B value you have given is 20, and O value you have given is add. And here positions are not important. I can use A first, O second, and then B at the last. I'll get same result. So in special variable, positions were very important. Here positions does not means anything. Options wherever you are using, that is going to impact your script. Now printing is okay, but I just don't want to do printing. Maybe I wanted to go with calculating. Actually, I want to perform that calculation, right? So let us get that information with our previous script. Okay, let me get this thing. So let me go back to our script. What was that? 30. So up till now, I'm just receiving the input. Now I'll proceed it. So what I want to do after getting the input, I want to perform this activity, right? So here I'll say check what option user has given. If they have given add, perform this activity. If they have given B, perform this activity. If they have given multiply, divide, exit, we can add one more option. Apart from this, if anything else is given, what to do? I can say apart from that, if anything else is given, you can say echo invalid input, right? In fact, here I don't need that exit line. That is fine. Now you see how your calculation will work. Same script with same option I will do. Do you see at the end it is performing addition? Maybe here I'll give subtraction. So is it performing subtraction? Maybe I'll give multiplication. Maybe I'll give division. See, it is working. But the problem here is, guys, I don't know that everyone will know to run my script in this fashion. Normally what happens when you run any command, for example, I'm running a command usermod. I'm not giving any input. So you see it is not leaving it. It is telling you how to use this command. There is a statement that is added in every command called usage statement, which will help the user how to use it. So I also want my script to carry usage statement, how to use the script. So we will create a function here. I'll go to 30.sh. At the top, first of all, I'm going to create a function with a name called usage. Open close bracket, start the parenthesis, and I'll print how to work with that. I'll say echo usage, how to use my script. See, I would like to print script name and then I want to explain. To print the script name, you can run the command echo $0. $0 will print the script name. We have learned that in the special variable. Then I'll say run this script like this. How? You can say script name hyphen a some value hyphen b some value hyphen o operator. Which operator? Maybe I want to say add, subtract, multiply, divide, right? This is how I'm explaining the user what to do. In fact, I can add an example also. I can say echo double quotes example. Again, I want to run the script name. So I'll say echo $0, right? Followed by hyphen A10 hyphen B5 hyphen O. Maybe I want to tell them you are doing multiplication, right? And I don't want to continue with my script if such errors are coming. I mean, people are not typing anything, what calculation I will do. So after printing the message, I want it to exit the script. So let me close it. Now the question is when I'm going to call usage statement, when people have not given any input. If they have given wrong input, here they will get caught. If they have given wrong operator, here they will get caught. But if they are not giving anything, then I want to run this. So I'll say if total number of arguments given, I'm counting the arguments. Total number of arguments given is less than or equals to 0. Then I would like to call my function. What is the function name? Usage. Now let me save and quit. See, if I simply run the script without anything, it is showing me usage, how to use it, and giving the example. Then user will understand, okay, this is the way I have to do, and user will perform that activity. So this is the way you can go with getOPTS to get the information from the user in options. Now the last thing, after that we will call off the session. Suppose there is an important activity going on in your script and you don't want anybody to disturb that activity until unless the activity is completed. So what I'll do, I'll go for a new script here. Suppose a dummy script I'm creating, script to use trap option. Suppose I'm printing a message, echo system backup is initiated. I want to give one more message. Please do not disturb the script. And then I want it to sleep for 10 seconds. And then I want it to print a message, backup completed. There is no real backup here. I'm just running a message. That's it. So let me save and quit. Let me run the script 31.sh. See, if I press Control C here, I'm disturbing it, right? So my important activity was going on and I pressed Control C and interrupted it. Or maybe I can use Control Z and stop it temporarily. So I don't want this thing to disturb my script until unless my task is completed. So this option what we are going to use, it is called as trapping the signal. See, when I press Control C, actually I have sent signal number 2, signal interrupt. Similarly, if I press Control Z, then I will send signal number 20. Whenever I want to kill a process, I will send signal number 9. So if you don't want any signal to disturb your script, you can trap it and make sure it will not go to your script. So all these numbers what I'm showing you, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 64, you can trap any signal and make sure it does not disturb your script except signal number 9. See, signal number 9 is so powerful that no one can stop it or no one can block it. So all signals are trappable except signal number 9. Signal number 9 is not a trappable signal. So anyway,
Sorry,
at
what
least I
is
can try
sorry, Musa.
signal number 2 and signal number 20.
Hello.
Yes, Kishore.
What do you mean by trappable?
We'll see na in practical, then you will understand.
Okay.
So I'll go to script 31.sh. See, I know I want to block two signals, not to interrupt my script. Signal number 2 and signal number 20. So here I will use a command called trap. I'm telling trap that trap this signal, don't allow them to continue or don't allow them to take place. After that, you have to give two single quote. This is the coding. This is the way it is designed. This is the way we have to work. And I will tell which signal to block. I'll say block signal number 1, signal number 2, signal number 3, all signal. All signals are blockable except 9. I'll say block one more signal, signal number 20. Mostly I'm targeting 2 and 20. I just use 1, 2, 3 also just for information. So I'm telling don't allow these signals to take effect on my script. Trapping is nothing but blocking a signal not to continue on my script. Now you see when I again run my script, and this time if I press Ctrl C, nothing happening. I'll press Ctrl Z, nothing happening. Ctrl Z is stopping. See, it will not stop until unless my script is completed. So if your script is carrying very important work and you doubt that people may use Ctrl C, Ctrl Z or any other signal and disturb your script. So if you don't want your script to be disturbed by unnecessary signals, you can trap them and make sure they are not continuing to our script and disturbing the script.
So how do I know which is Control C, which is Control Z?
That's what I have explained you now.
Mhm.
That's the reason I have explained you. Signal 2 is Control C. Signal 20 is Control Z. And
Means with
moreover,
man, can we see any
man
explanation?
pages. You can go to man pages. That's what I was about to say.
No.
You can read man pages to get more information on that. Just say man kill or info kill. There you may get detailed literature to understand. But as per our understanding, I am telling you that 2 is nothing but Control C, interrupting, and 20 is nothing but stopping or Control Z. So people cannot try Control Z or Control C on my script because I have blocked 2 and 20.
I'm just going through that, but I can't find that. I mean, Control C.
I'll tell you, Kishore, I'll share some documents. You can read that and you can find Control C, A, B, C, D, all whatever you are looking for, you'll get. I'll share some documents with you.
But under the
Don't worry.
man or info, it doesn't have.
No problem. If it is not there also, I'll tell you. Mostly it should be there. But as
Mhm.
you are telling, if it is not there, I'll share you a personal thing where you can find it out.